Hey, what's going on? It's Lucas coming at you from the beautiful outdoors. I call it my church, is every time I have a decision to make or a problem to overcome or I've got some thinking to do, my entire body, my soul, my heart, every fiber and atom in my body just pulls me to the outdoors and to give it bonus points or to make the impact 10 times more if I come out on my motorcycle. It's even better, and you should hear this thing. Actually, I'm gonna do a cut. You gotta listen to this thing. This thing is beautiful. I know. It's ridiculous. Okay, but for real, I wanted to come at you with this whole, I don't want to focus on COVID-19. Everyone's talking about it. And it's not my place to talk about, my opinion on things or the medical side of things. What do I know about mutations of viruses and all that stuff, right? So I'll leave that to professionals. But what I do want to speak on, I've been on a few podcasts. We had Grant Cardone on the podcast this morning, and everything he said resonated so much with me. And I've been talking about the exact same thing. And it's simply this. You're going to come out of this either way. The good news is you probably aren't going to die. And the bad news is you're not going to die, but you've got to do something about it. And I know for certain, for a fact, that you're going to come out of this thing. But the question is, or the real seed of that idea lies in the fact that you're either going to come out ahead or on top or with momentum, or you're going to come out behind or with less momentum. And I don't want to think of it as ahead or behind, because what does that actually mean? The first thing I want you to do, and this is a great moment, what is happening? There's an opportunity within it. And I'm not going to talk about starting an online business or all of that kind of stuff. Yes, there's an opportunity there, but beyond that is to really ask yourself the questions that most of us don't have the space, the time, the capacity, or even the courage to ask. And that question is, what do you really want? And if anything else, if you're on this channel, I'm sure you're thinking about an online business or an online coaching business, and that's awesome. But if not, I want you to understand that this time is a beautiful moment to reset, to restart. Grant said something I really, really liked, and he's like, you've got to come to terms, or you've got to understand, what's the word I'm looking for? You've got to, come to terms or accept that things are changing. Things are not going to be the same, and that's great. But the longer we push that away, the longer we reject that, the longer we say, that doesn't apply to me, or I keep seeing on social media, things are just gonna come back to normal. I cannot wait for things to come back the way they were. And in fact, they're not going to, and that's a great thing. And the quicker we can accept that and say, okay, things have shifted, things have moved. What I'd recommend doing is at that moment, just say, what do I actually want? If I'm going to restart, if I'm going to, maybe lose the business I have, or, have to do something different, maybe I lost my job, I don't know what's happening. Hello, squirrel. What do I really want? I'm so huge on asking this question. I remember when I asked myself that question, 5, 6, 7 years ago, I had to do a massive pivot, went after what I wanted. 2 years later, what I wanted was something different, and I had to shut something down and, rebirth or be reborn. And understand that all the skills you've developed and all the things you've developed, you can use in your next venture or your next mission or your next beautiful idea. And so you're not restarting from scratch. And every time I had to recreate myself, which is a beautiful opportunity for you to completely recreate yourself, this is the moment, this is the opportunity, this is what it's all about. And you can come out of this so much stronger, so much faster, in a whole different place, recreated on a whole different purpose, and your entire life can change for the better if you choose that. Or you could do the opposite and sit and wait for things to come back to normal. And my heart goes out to those doing that, because that sucks. There's going to be a few people who really make something out of this and do something, and there's going to be many who don't because they're paralyzed in fear. And if anything else, wanted to come at you with that message. And I remember when, things started shifting, I remember just being like, okay, here's the facts. Here is what's happening. Fact. What can I do about it? And we're constantly striving for more. And the beautiful thing is it's given even me a little bit more space and a little bit more freedom to say, you know what, I'm going to spend a little bit more time playing, visit nature, and keep that big, beautiful vision alive. And again, I do want to thank Grant Cardone. I know we're doing a giveaway with some of his books coming up here. He jumped on the podcast and he went pretty deep into that whole 10x mentality of things. And I really resonated with it. I think it'll really serve you. Check out the Coach's Corner podcast. Make sure you check out Grant Cardone's episode. And if anything, just go to lucasrubix.com. So many resources, so many videos, so many podcasts, so many free courses and free downloads and niche guide and $100,000 a year coaching business guides and everything else in between. Blueprints, all free. And if you want to take that next step, check out the Coaches University. We got mentorship programs, coaching programs. If you're interested in taking that next step, being surrounded by a tribe and a community that really supports you and builds things out step by step by step until you see success, check that out. All of that's at lucasrubix.com. And with that said, I'm going to go run around like a ninja, chase some squirrels, and then rip the bike back. That thing sounds good. Hope you're staying healthy. Hope you're staying pumped up, excited, moving forward. And I'll see you in the next video. So, I don't know when this whole get a job, 9 to 5, play it safe, think small, and hopefully someday retire with enough time to maybe chase my dreams became okay, but for people like you and me, it's not. I'm Lucas Rubix, and welcome to the Coaching Channel, where I continue my mission of setting human beings free.